Hello and welcome, guys. Today, we're going to be taking a look at the brand new game Hytale. It's made by a team called Hypixel. They made the most popular server on all of Minecraft. They broke 4 Guinness World Records, and now they're trying their hand at a game. So let's take a look at that in depth. So everyone knows the animation of Hytale looks significantly better. If you look at the animals prancing in the very beginning, not only do they have better animation, but they are tilting based on which way they're turning. That's very well done. In Minecraft, I think rabbits, I don't even know that they have any animation to them. They just kind of hop. I don't know that their legs actually move at all. I'm probably wrong, but if you look at the bunny hop, it's ridiculous. Like, it looks like a rabbit. And I'm hoping that there's some kind of mechanic that foxes will chase after rabbits and the rabbits actually actively run away from the fox in a relatively smart way. I also hope that there's rabbit holes, but not necessary. It can be modded in. Another thing, there are tons of plants here. So right as we phase into the garden area, we're actually standing in a berry bush or a tomato bush, which that's cool. There's no berries in Minecraft other than modded Minecraft, but a lot of people miss this because it's just you start in it and then you go right out of it. You're looking at all the crops. You see carrots, you see pumpkins, you see a guy watering with a watering can that he actually has a watering animation. That's awesome. That's cool that everyone noticed that, but there are little things that people don't notice. Like there's a wagon of hay off to the right here. There's a blue bird up on the water well. There's vines hanging off of the side of the house, maybe moss or something. This scarecrow, I don't know what is configurable here, but of the crops, I see pumpkins, carrots, eggplants, I think better wheat. There's also cotton, cabbage or lettuce maybe. I think cauliflower in the back there. Oh, something else I'm not noticing. This farm doesn't have a water source. I wonder if you have to water it. This guy also blinks. He's also got a thing of wheat in his mouth. I wonder if that's going to be in the game. There's a forge here, a barrel, and an anvil. She's got a flower in her hair, and this guy is he's just sitting on a block, and his legs are kind of fiddling around. Torches look amazing. The baby chickens are awesome looking. They're so adorable. I know the puppy's also cute, but everyone sees the puppy. There's benches next to the chicken coop. There's thatch, straw and or wheat, hay in with the chickens. This chicken is actually sitting down in the coop. I don't know if that's how you're going to get eggs. I haven't seen anyone actually chop down a tree. I don't know if there's gravity, like if you chop down one block in a tree, does it all fall down? There's a lot of blocks to look into in this shot. There's a chair, there's a chest, there's a barrel with dirt and flour in it. There is a cooking table, a potion table it looks like, a writing table, a crafting table, an anvil, and a forge. And I would love to know the mechanics of how you can place stuff in the world, because these swords are leaning up against the wall. They're not just like standing there. They're not in a sword holder. They're not on the wall in a sword holder. They're leaning up against the wall. I really am interested on how that functions. There is dynamic lighting. There's an owl here that people haven't noticed, but dynamic lighting is more important than an owl. It's very nice. You can hold a torch in your hand and the light source will follow you. I'm hoping you can hold it in your offhand if offhand is an option. I know they have one-handed and two-handed swords. They have shields. I don't know if that's only for weapons. Leaves are also very interesting. And look, not a square moon, it's a circle. These deers, this I don't know why, but this right one, it looks like it's infested or something. Maybe it's not. So they have different color lighting than just daylight and torchlight. Torchlight is clearly yellow, daylight is more of a white, maybe bluish. Moonlight is really blue, but in this shot, these mushrooms, there are blue and there are pink. You can't really see the difference between them, but there is blue light from the blue mushrooms, or flowers maybe? There's actually a pinkish white light coming from the pink flowers. Later on, there's green mushrooms that radiate a green glow. So there is a wide variety of color lighting in this game, which is awesome. There's also a lot of particles just flying around to make the world feel more artsy. I don't know. It's a nice effect. Oh. So in this shot is really important to me. There's a big glaring thing that nobody is talking about. I'll get to that in a bit. So this guy on the right, he looks like he's made of stone. He doesn't move at all, and there's several of them. One guy is fishing. I can't tell if that's the same kind of stone guy, but there's two guys coming out of the house. This guy is doing some weird pose. I don't know why. Well, like, is this a race I haven't seen on the website? Because I know there's subcultures, which are awesome. There's the Quebecs, which is like their mascot right now. And there's the Trororks. It's a really awkward name. It's a mix between troll and orc, which is two different pronunciations of the letter O. Tro and orc. Trork. There's also tiki torches here, which is, I love how much variety they're including into this game, but if they include too much variety, I'm worried about inventory management. I know we get a 4x9 inventory space, so 9 more slots than the normal Minecraft inventory, and then 9 more slots for the toolbar. But if there's this many items in the game, like just look at the grass alone. There's this red coral stuff, there's the big leaves, there's some normal grass. I think there's a different kind of grass here. That's just 3 or 4 right in the grass. That's a lot of blocks that we're going to have to put in our inventory. And if they don't have a good way to manage inventory, I'm really worried about that aspect. But now let's talk about the big glaring thing that nobody has noticed in this shot, possibly because it goes by in about a second. It's underground. This is an underground biome. Isn't that awesome? There's a little bit of light coming through here, but this is entirely underground. You got stalactites, you got blue crystals glowing up there, you got moss on the water, and a little bit of light coming through that. And nobody mentions it. This is entirely underground. So in this shot, these are the Quebecs. They are a plant people that start out as little babies, and I believe they have tree singers, which I don't know if that's like a profession within the Quebec society, but tree singers will raise little babies up to, I guess, adulthood, which I'm guessing this is an adult. Tree singers will raise baby Quebecs, and as the Quebecs get older, they get slower and slower until they essentially die as an elder, and when they die, they become a tree. They release a whole bunch of energy and become a tree. That's a far more interesting and actual lifespan. Like, what mob can you think of in Minecraft that actually has a lifespan? That's so interesting. Do we have to actually help these guys grow their community? Is that a problem that we're going to have to deal with? Or will they do it on their own and we don't have to worry? Because villagers kind of have babies on their own, but they die off really easily. It's actually really hard to keep villagers alive. But I could see keeping these guys under control. You can, like, supply your wood. You don't have to worry about wood anymore. They grow up, they turn into trees, and then you chop them down. What an awful lifespan. Another really interesting thing, they have slabs here and they're on posts of some sort. This is a different thickness of wood or something. It's not a fence, it may be a wall. There's also a lot of ropes. I found that they have a lot of ropes. I'm honestly hoping that there is kind of physics in this game. Like, you have to think about that actively. I don't think it should be really hard physics, but if you build something that's floating, it falls or it breaks. If you knock out the supporting block, it falls and breaks apart. Good job. I kind of hope that's a thing. I don't know why, but I do. There's also a weird animal here. My girlfriend said it's a frog. I'm not sure. It might be. So then we got polar bears. There's nothing much to talk about in this scene. The mountains are pretty. There's several more types of tree. I like that. There's maybe 3 types of ice. The main thing that I find interesting, polar bears have a swimming animation. That probably means that everything has a swimming animation, which I'm really not surprised by because of all the other stuff that they've given animations. The animations in this game look incredible. It's awesome. Another reoccurring thing that I have noticed is big, like, stones, different colored stones too. Because here it's black, like basalt or something, but I've also seen white, like marble. So, Mesa looks incredible. There are several different tree types yet again. The cactus is a little weird. I'm not sure. A little weird. I like it, but a little weird. They also have birds. Birds are cool, I guess. They have different types of trees in each biome, which is intriguing. I wonder if this is like a grass, like a tall grass in Minecraft, or is this just an addition to the normal. Is this grass? I don't know. I don't know. There's a lot of really interesting things in this. There's a walking animation just if you have a staff. Something someone brought up was, I think it was a comment in a video I saw. I hope this is pure gameplay we're looking at and not something developed using recording software within the game. I hope they're not doing some cool animation to make this game look better than it is. I hope they're just using the recording software to record it. Not anything special, nothing flashy, just nice camera shots of live gameplay. That's what I hope is going on here. I don't know. They developed this game, I think, rather quickly with a very small team, so it worries me. This game looks amazing. I really want it. I want it now, but I want it to be good so I can understand waiting. Also, the watercolor is beautiful. These guys are ugly. Nothing more needs to be said. Okay, so combat, here's those green mushrooms I was talking about that glow. Combat is weird. I don't know that I dislike it. I don't know that I like it. I think I have to play it in order to know it. But that's understandable because they said something along the lines of, we didn't show combat that much in the trailer because we didn't know where the community wanted it to go. So now that it's public knowledge that this game exists, they're asking the PvP community what they want out of PvP because they don't want to do the big PvP screw up that a lot of people call the I think 1.8 update where they added dual wielding, which was cool, but no, that wasn't dual wielding. They added the weird time delay for attacking, which what kind of PvP mechanic is that? You just have to wait a certain amount of time to do maximum damage? That's boring. I mean, it's better than just left click spamming, but I don't know. The combat of what they have is interesting looking at least. He's swinging his sword left and then right. It makes a nice animation. It does a spark sort of thing. The Shork's axe swing has a white blur behind it to make it look animated sort of thing. And he interrupts one of the attacks. So when you attack, it stops the other person from attacking. I don't know that that's a good mechanic, at least in PvP. It might be. Okay, so here they go through several iterations. I think the most interesting one is the last building. So they got a flying balloon, which is eye-catching, so everyone knows about that. People might not know is there's really interesting looking railing back here. There's archery targets up here. That's neat. But here you can actually see sideways slabs right here. So the glass is clearly one block. So right above it, you have an upside down slab, an upside down stair, and a slab on top. To the left and the right are actually sideways slabs, so they do exist, which is awesome. I'm really glad they're doing this. And you know what? I haven't, like, this idea crossed my mind, but I think they actually did it. I've been playing Terraformacraft, which is the gameplay you'll probably be seeing in the background. There are rock types in Terraformacraft, and this looks like basalt. It's black. It's a black stone. In Terraformacraft, that affects the stone color, the gravel color, the sand color, and the dirt color, which I'm pretty sure all of those are affected here. So you got really dark, rich looking soil underneath this grass. You got really dark looking gravel, I think, and black stone. If you look in the background off by the trees, there's more of an orange tint. And off on the left, you got more of a white and black tint. So I think there are rock types, which that catches my interest. That's really interesting. There's also so many different light sources. Like you got candles on the wall. You got lamps up on the tower by the balloon. There's a lot of different light sources. There's also different glass. There's so many different things. There's such a wide variety. You can also see more half slabs here. I'm not sure I like how they're being implemented, but they exist, which is a good thing. So here, far left, there is a glacier. It looks like it could be a river. It goes into a much lower body of water, and then it would be a waterfall here. But it's frozen. So there's better terrain generation. Frozen rivers causing glaciers. There's different rock types. There's different tree types. I really liked how the terrain generation looks so far. So then we got the guy on a ram with a flame sword and a cape. Capes are neat. Fire sword's also neat, but I feel like it's their flashiest sword that they have and they just keep showing it off. And I'm happy that when trees are in a snowy environment, they turn white. I'm curious if you can walk through leaves or not. They don't look very solid to me. Oh. So right here, he shows the boulder going overhead, which is neat. Yes, it's very neat that there's this boulder flying through the air and it's got physics and it's got rotation going on. It's awesome. Yes. But take a second to admire the clouds. We don't have clouds like this in Minecraft. These are gorgeous. These look painted. They're awesome. And they have these skyboxes where you just make a box around the player that has textures of the sky that you want to have around the player. So this skybox looks awesome. And they have different skyboxes because when you see the fellhound, the fiery dog-like creature, the sky is not blue and white and happy. It is downright on fire. It's red. It's burning. The skies are very cool. They change based on the zone that you're in. I don't know if it's going to change based on biome or if it's going to change based on location. Like, I don't know how biomes spawn. I don't know if they're even called biomes. There's so many questions I have from this trailer. They did such a good job on it. They gave us just enough to pull us in and not enough to answer all of our questions. After watching this, I wanted more videos. At some point, I realized that they have more content on their website, and I will show you guys that later. We're never going to get through this video because I'm going through frame by frame pretty much with you. Okay, so here we're on a deserted island, and it looks like it's a volcano. It's got at least 3 different types of stone there. You got maybe basalt again. I know basalt shows up around lava sometimes. I only know that from Minecraft, not actual geological stuff. And then you got maybe a normal granite, I don't know, normal stone, it's gray. And then you got maybe a soil looking brown. And then even under all those, you got a much deeper brown, maybe soil, but I'm guessing that's another type of stone, maybe clay, underneath all of that. And then it goes back to normal stone on the rest of the island. One more thing to notice, tree gen looks really interesting. And these leaves are totally different from all the other leaves. These are actually palm leaves. They look totally different. And one more thing, look at that water. This is shader water. We don't have this kind of water in Minecraft. My one complaint is it goes right up next to the shore. I don't know how far down it goes. Like, it looks like it's level with the sand. I don't think that's how it should be. I think it should be a little lower. I can't see it from here, but that water is gorgeous, beautiful, amazing. I don't like the color here, but I know the color changes based on where you're at because I saw some really nice blue. And it's better here. I mean, look at that. The boats look better. They're even beached. Look at that. There's another bird here. There's coconuts. No one notices these coconuts because they go right past them. You got another volcano in the background. The sunset is beautiful. You got birds flying again. There's also I want to call it a telescope, but I think it's a periscope. It's a telescope that doesn't have the tripod, basically, and it's usually used by pirates. There's also swords just lying around, and there's a sword stabbed in something that has, I think, a map on it. There's also 3D ladders. That grass moved, too. Oh my gosh. So, underwater, beautiful. Again, amazing. Good job. They also show a Finding Nemo cameo here. You got Marvin, the dad, Nemo, and Dory. Why can't I remember the dad? Does anyone remember the dad's name? Is it Marvin? Anywho, this coral, this is what the aquatic update should have been. He's got diving gear. He's got spelunker paddle boots. You know, those. There's an amazing amount of coral here. Look at all the fish. All the fish have different models. It looks amazing. Even the water lighting is incredible. You got sun shafts coming through the water, and they're animated, so it looks like you're underwater. It's incredible. So then, of those, I don't know how many fish type we had there. We got the pufferfish, we got a purple redfish. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 fish in this scene. Then you go to the next one. You got a bass here. You got crabs. You got sharks, hammerhead sharks. Down below, you got eels. You got stinking eels. We don't have this kind of diversity just in the ocean. This game is doing so much better than Minecraft. Oh my gosh, it's incredible. You got rope going from one mast to the next. So then you got the minecarts. This is going into a cave. I don't know if this is a legit cave or if this was made by them, so I can't really judge it for how it looks, but you got some more there. You got crystals. You got ice underground, I guess. I like the particle effect that happens when the minecart changes direction, which happens when he hits the bottom here. The minecart actually has the Hypixel logo on the side, which is adorable. I love it. I would also love to know what kind of box that is. Can I store my stuff in it? It has a rope. Can I just open it? How does this work? How does it function? Here, it's hard to notice, but they actually animated him jumping. So if you slow it down frame by frame, he comes in on the left, and the cart's already leaning forward. And as you go through frame by frame, he starts jumping out of the cart basically, extending himself, making the cart jump. Also, I didn't notice he's got a candle on his hat. That's cool. As he's flying through the air, we've got bats with glow-in-the-dark eyes. We've got a green crystal with a green glow. We got stalactites. We got red crystals on the left with a red glow, and blue crystals with a blue glow. The bats also fly right by, but I feel like they're very unnoticed because this entire trailer goes by so quick. Here you got skulls on the ground, you got some kind of skeleton or something, more really cool looking railing, pots, and I think those are coffins just kind of thrown about. More dynamic lighting. I think that's more railing up there. I hope doors open like this. So here, you've got a blood moon or something. A blood moon. The sky is red. It's hazed with smoke. It looks amazing. Even this block that this guy is standing on, it's different than the block right next to it. It's got like lit magma in it. I would love to build with that. You've got bushes on fire. Everything about this game just looks incredible. Here you've got a spider, a terrifying spider at that. I hope this is some kind of boss that you don't encounter these guys on a regular basis. You've got webbed up people maybe? Miners? Mobs on the ground and on the ceiling. These webs look a lot better than Minecraft's. I feel like they could do even better than this, but it's better. This guy is dragging a sword and it's causing sparks on the ground. We have nothing like this in Minecraft. Nothing. Also, they show this later on, but on the right here, there is a skeleton coming out of a coffin, like he just woke up. Later on, they show a skeleton coming out of the ground. It's not as pronounced. Here, you've got a magic staff, which they show a few of the magic things. There aren't many places to find the magic. I want magic. So I'm really happy to see this. They've got animation on this staff. It throws a fireball at this guy. There's also chains hanging from the ceiling. Another building tool that I would love to have. That guy's armor looks incredible. Look at him. He's like a straight up paladin from World of Warcraft. That's amazing. So here is our second instance of some kind of magic. It's really hard to catch. Down in the bottom left here, one of the first frames of community servers, you can see some kind of blue particles emanating from this person right next to it. But it might be someone that just left, because to me it looks like a teleportation particle effect. So I know this is a multiverse sort of game, so there's 5 different worlds that they have at least concepted. And I'm guessing this is either someone that just went into a mini game or changed worlds. Like maybe they just joined an adventure world to go adventure. I don't know. That's my guess for what that is. It looks like magic. The lamps have a nice glow to them, even during the day. I don't know why they're on during the day, but they've got a glow. Also, wait a second. You notice these windows? They have a glow to them too. Like they have lights inside that are making it glow on the outside. Okay, so here is where they start showing off a whole bunch of people. There's also a person flying around with a propeller. This is a thing that you will be seeing in this game. This is common. They also have a jetpack that they don't show. They have, I think, glider wings, something similar to Elytra, maybe. They look kind of steampunk. But this and the scene right before it is the only place that you'll be able to see these copters? Helicopters? You know, it's the only place you'll be able to see them. The particle effects on this portal are less than desired, at least in my opinion. I would like a little better, but it goes into showing mini games. I don't find this as enthralling as other people might. They've got crossbows, which is neat. This is where it starts getting interesting again. So this is a demo of their extensive modding you can do, and they're very proud that you can change your camera in modding. So this is a top-down, basically RTS, I believe. Maybe it's a MOBA sort of style. I don't know. It's top-down and you control your character by right-clicking instead. That's a really interesting way to play the game, and I love that it's an option you can do. I would love to see how much you can do with modding in this game. They say anything you can see in the game, you can modify yourself. That is so cool. They have put their source code basically out there for us to mess with. Anything you see in the game, you can find in the code and modify or duplicate so you can make another thing just like it. Here they're showing, I think, sprite development. So this is a tool that you can use to animate sprites in the game. So in this case, it's some kind of cactus monster. It's called a cacti. There's also an antelope, a bear polar, a boar. Then they show a whole bunch of stuff of how the model would work. So you got different animations like idle, walk, walk backward, crouch, crouch walk, such and such, you know, the basics. Then you got deer, Ember Wolf, I'm guessing is the official name of that burning dog, and then fox. So I think we saw all of those minus maybe the antelope and bear? No, I don't think we saw the boar either. There's a lot we haven't seen, and I'm hoping that is the case. I'm hoping there's a lot of things we haven't seen in the game. I'm hoping this isn't a trailer showing off all of the stuff that they have done and promising that there's more. I'm really hoping the best of this game. It looks incredible. I see so much potential in it. I keep on thinking what kind of game this is. It's very similar to Minecraft, but the item system is very similar to an MMO. So you've got uncommon items, which is green, rare items, which is blue, and epic items, which is purple. I'll talk about it later. So this is a platform displaying how you can modify sprites in the game. But they also have said that you'll be able to basically share this screen with someone else helping you, I suppose. So you can modify things, you can mod, you can script, you can do whatever coding wise with someone else around the world, one of your friends, a few of your friends. And I'm guessing that's how they coded this game because they don't have an office. All of the employees that worked on this game work from home. So here we get to see the map. The map looks very fleshed out compared to Minecraft's no map. Well, actually, they do have a map. You make an item. It sucks. Who wants that other than to put it up on your wall? Having it on a wall, that's cool. But actually using a map, it's worthless. I'd much rather go out and download Journey Map. So here I'm seeing quest, defeat the golem. It reminds me of an MMO. It's got home down there. You've got caves. You can see your friends. Cool maps. Looks good. They go through this very quickly. Each frame of character creation is a different screen. So they zoom right through all of this. You've got 5 different skin colors, and you can choose to be masculine or feminine. Then you got your hair. Then you got your eyes. You can also change your eye color. Then you can change your eyebrows, beard, your shirt, your coat, your pants, your boots, hands? Did they glance over that? Oh, those are gloves. Okay. Hats, glasses, and lastly, you can do earrings. Then they show this. This is awesome. No other game I've seen. This is like the first super innovative thing. Like, I know all of this stuff thrown into one game is very innovative, but individually, they're not super inventive. Like, being able to modify stuff in a game is not new. They've just really made it easy for us to access that, which is something we need, something that everyone wants, but no one really ever gets. Then they made a movie maker thing. That's not a new thing. We've had that before. But this, I haven't ever seen another game allow you to watch videos with your friends in the game. This is a really interesting aspect. It allows YouTubers to premiere their videos on their servers. So if you want to see a video early, you can join the server and you can see it. That's really neat. You could even watch movies together. They don't show YouTube here specifically. It's some other video platform. So I don't know if you had to upload this onto the server in order for it to work. This might be a specific video player just for the server. I'm interested to see how this works. Can you just browse the internet and watch stuff? It's very interesting. Here they actually show two different building styles with basically world edit. So they show a brush that just allows you to edit the land. So they make a super wide flat brush and draw some grass, and then they just plop in a house, because there's a house brush. Then they show the recording stuff. I'm not quite sure how all this works. Like, do you have to have actors actually going through doing things, or can you set up an animation rig so this guy will just run and you record it? Like, do you need to have someone else on set helping you? There's a few things to notice here. So there's little green platforms connected with wiring of some sort, and that looks like it's controlling the explosions. I don't know if those don't show up on camera, but it looks like they're controlling the explosion. You've also got some kind of stack of metal ingots on the left here. That's cool. You got more people sitting, and most importantly, there's a computer that you can play this game on. I know it's just the camera, but it's a computer. Someone's gonna mod it so that you can play this game on there. You have to. So this is the one I know the least about. It's called scripting. They let you script in-game live, I guess? So my guess is this is separate from modding, but it's very similar to modding. It changes behavior of blocks, mobs, and items in the game. So instead of mods where you need to actually include assets and various things to make it work, scripting uses the stuff you already have in the game, and this will allow you to change things. So he turns this Cyclops, which we don't see anywhere else in the game, into a pig. I don't know how that's scripting. That just sounds like transforming, but it's a neat aspect. Here's more really interesting stuff. I don't know if this is just part of the recording software that they have, but you got skeleton just out and about. There's the skeletons coming out of the ground again. Right here, we get to see how this elf, she's an elf, she takes down a bunch of skeletons with some frost magic. Our third appearance of magic. She's got really pretty eyes. She's got a scar on our left, her right eye, and something that looks like freckles under her other eye. The animation of this guy, it zooms right by so you don't see it, but he actually drew an arrow earlier. Like, okay, right here. You see that? He is prepping for battle. He puts his arm behind his head and grabs an arrow. There's no way this is part of the game. This has to be animated. Like, it can't be actual gameplay. Can you imagine what kind of world it would be where when you draw an arrow to put on your bow, you actually pull it out of your quiver? Incredible. Look at that sky. I love their skies in this game. It's just amazing. Alright, well that is everything from the trailer. I'm sure there are things I missed. Feel free to leave that in the comments below. I will be doing another one of these going over their website because there's more details on there that I would love to show you guys. Thank you guys for watching. Have a good one. Bye!